Hey guys, good morning. It's Cali. How's everybody doing today? I still am wearing my party hair. Such a great week this week. I'm still like all wee in a tizzy, kind of coming down from all the activities. And I'd like to wish everyone, I hope you had a beautiful, happy Halloween. And to my brothers and sisters, Happy New Year. Just what a great, great week. So I hope you guys had a good a time as I did. And, onward we go into the winter season. And again, I told you I like to hibernate and kind of, nest a little bit. And I love this time of year. And I really don't even mind the snow except in April. So I hope you guys had a great week too. It was really busy. And I have an auction haul to share with you guys. I don't have any art this week. I've been doing it just crazy, getting ready to do other stuff, but I look forward to doing some more videos. I've certainly been watching all of you guys, and you inspire me all the time, always as well. So that's been really cool. What else? You know what else? It's daylight savings time. We turned our clocks back, so that's going to throw me a little bit off kilter too. I wonder why we still even do that. I know that, it was for the farmers back in the day, which I guess it still is good for the farmers. Gives you an extra hour of daylight, I think, to work. I think that's why it started. But now it just takes me a week or two to kind of... Does it affect you guys that way too? I don't know. But anyway, let me see. I'm going to go backwards to the week, and we'll end with the auction haul, which, again, I told you we had a great time last night. But basically, first of all, I wanted to follow up on the poppy that I had offered out to give away, and I really should investigate things before I freely say that I'm going to do something. So I apologize if I'm reneging on my offer, but what I did, you guys, was I Googled that. I went on eBay and I typed in that specific product, and they're selling for between $30 and $50. So, Tom and I have discussed this stuff. I think I shared with you before that the comic books that we got, it seems like every so often things will trickle in that are kind of like, I don't want this, but I bet you we could get some money for it. And while we both at this time aren't starting an eBay business, we both do have eBay accounts. So we are going to, we have a little pile right now, and it's just a matter of, like with anything, like Etsy and things like that, taking a picture and actually listing these things. But so I apologize if anyone wanted that, and I'm saying, now you can't have it, because that's not right. But anyway, I was shocked that, it was worth so much money. And I also want to say that, please, please, I hope I'm not ever offending anyone. I try to keep my own judgments away from some of the items that I show you guys that I don't particularly like. I really, really hope that I'm not offending anyone who might like them. We all have our own personal taste, and I respect that. And so I try to keep my own, like, ew, I think that's disgusting kind of comments out of it, because viva la différence. And I know that that's, I love it that we're all different. So please, please, I hope I've never offended anyone, with any kind of comments that I may make on something I might not particularly like. So, yeah, that's that. I'm looking at my list again, you guys. I finally got out to the deck, and off to my right, I'm trying to change up the scenery a little bit in here for you guys. So right now I have the sliding glass doors to my deck on my right-hand side, and there's literally a wall of plants that I'm looking at right now, of things that I've brought in from the winter, bulbs that I dug up, and so I got like 90% of the deck done, which was great. And I think this week it's supposed to be really nice out too. So I hope to finish up there. And I do have some things that need repotting. My little avocado pit is now a tree, and I need to put that in a bigger pot. And I also have a jade plant from my sister that needs repotting, and a few other things. Yeah, because I love my plants. So I was really happy to scratch that off my list, though, because that was kind of hanging over my head that I wanted to do. So I did get to accomplish that. And also, I know I've said this before, but the feature on Facebook that shows you your memories from, I've been on Facebook, I think, since 2007, so 8 years now. And I love how they give you the notifications of your past memories because certain things come up that you kind of forget about. And not that I've forgotten about this, but one of them came up this past week of a picture of my mandolin. And I bought my mandolin 3 years ago at my friend Steve, shout out to Steve's Music store. And that day is the day Steve made a phone call, and 10 minutes later, Tom walked back into my life after 22 years. So I mark that day as an anniversary for us of sorts, although we didn't start formally dating again until the end of January. I count that day as kind of as an anniversary, definitely. So it marks, the day I got my mandolin, but even more importantly, that day. So Steve acted as a matchmaker again for Tom and I. And it was just one of those meant to be kind of things and magical things. And a few of you have asked me if I've learned how to play my mandolin yet. And the answer is no. My friend Jeff showed me a couple chords. And so I still have those couple chords, but that's it. I haven't expanded on that. It's a beautiful showcase piece right now in my bedroom. But often in my life, I wind up getting things and they kind of sit around and then I get back to them. So I would love to be able to play. I know one of my favorite bands is Heart, and they started as a Led Zeppelin cover tune, and they do the Battle of Evermore with mandolin in the beginning of that. So that would be a great goal, right? To learn how to play that. So, and I'm still waiting on my guitar. That's coming. I'm getting all new tuning pegs, and it'll be all jazzed up. But someone else asked me if I would be willing to teach a couple, guitar lessons here, and I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm still really shy about that. But, who knows? Again, never say never. I usually say I'm not going to do something and turn around and do it. So I may teach you a couple simple chords, if anything. And, Bob Dylan and Neil Young made a lifetime career out of 3 chords, basically. So who knows? Maybe I'll do that. But right now I'm still waiting on it. And, oh my gosh. Tuesday, I went with the one and only Sweet Patty Sunshine to a road trip. We went to Pennsylvania, Amish country, and she had to go get a coat tailored. And so it was a 3-hour ride there and a 3-hour tour on the way back. So 6 hours in the car, and we couldn't have picked a better day to do it. The scenery was magnificent. Of course, I hardly got any pictures because we were too busy chatting, but I did manage to get a few out the side of the car door window. And just magical, magical, beautiful country. We were on hex sign highway where every other farm has a beautiful hex sign. And if you guys don't know anything about the history of the Pennsylvania Dutch and the Amish, it's so interesting to read up on, and they're beautiful and magical. We went out to lunch, and it was great. It was the first time we really hung out for that extended, uninterrupted length of time, and we just had a great girls' day, and I really, really treasure time that I get like that with my sisters. So that was fun. And also, the same day, I got so inspired, and I love the groups that I'm in on Facebook right now. Although I'm not very active, I get inspired every day, and basically I'm in 3. I'm in the one that Rita Marie and I formed, The Gypsy and the Witch, which anyone who's gypsy-ish or witchy-ish or bohemian-ish or hippie-ish or is so inclined to join. I'll leave all links below. So I'm in that one, and I'm in the Creative Arts Collaboration, which I treasure for, all the people that are in there, but the wealth of information that I get. First of all, there's amazing, talented, incredible artists, and second of all, for me personally, I really appreciate all the information, because it's specifically about YouTube creators and everything that pertains to us as creators. And so I appreciate that business sense of it. And there are firehouses over there. Shout out to Cinnamon, shout out to Maricha, shout out to everyone who does such a great job over there. The Frugal Crafter, Lindsay, is really active there. The list could go on and on. I don't want to call people out because you're going to miss somebody, but it's incredible. Also, Gina Aaron's group, a life of art and self-expression, that to me is so inspiring, and I can kind of go and get a daily dose of creativity and positive thoughts. Gina usually does a creative jolt and just her reflections on life, and I really appreciate all that kind of stuff. And while I was in there this week, for those of you who know me, I'm transitioning from vegetarian to 100% vegan. So that's been a focus for me this week, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But while I was at Gina's group, she posted a picture of these like pea snacks, and someone else, it was Gina and Juliana Beasley. Shout out to Juliana for posting a video on roasted chickpeas. Well, they've changed my life. They're spicy roasted chickpeas, and I made them, and they're incredible. One thing I do have to say, though, they were amazing right off the bat, and I like them super crunchy, so I think recommended time was like, you roast them for 20 minutes, and then you put the spices on them, and then you roast them again for like another 15 or 20 minutes. I would go like a half an hour. I like them, crunchy, crispy. But that was one thing. They're amazing. But the next day, like, I stored them in a bag, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have stored them, and maybe you can re-crisp them, but they didn't maintain their crispiness, and I didn't like them as much the next day. So that was just my observation. Eat them all at once, I guess, if you're going to eat them. I made a really big batch, too, because I was so excited about it, but they were kind of amazing. So, excuse me, I got to take a sip of my juice because my throat is... But, again, everyone's input and the caring and the sharing that goes on in these groups is amazing. So I thank you all. And I just love it. What else? I did my first car vlog, and someone commented that it's, a rite of passage, and I think that's true. But I may do more of those, and again, winter's coming, so I don't do a lot of driving in the wintertime. And you're definitely not going to see me in the morning when I'm leaving. When I leave Tom's house in the morning to come back home, I'm usually doing like the walk of shame, like my hair looks like this and I'm all rah, because I just go from his door to my door. So you probably won't see those vlogs, but the afternoon vlogs you will see more of. And I want to try to do those at least weekly because that's kind of fun. And as I'm driving, it prompts me, the scenery that I'm seeing, it prompts me to, talk about that. So... And I do promise you guys a field trip to the Woodstock site. So come spring or summer, we'll go over there. But I do want to try to do at least a weekly car vlog. So that was kind of cool. And I did that. We were on our way to my grandson's, did a school function for Halloween, like a Halloween party. And that was fun. And that we went to classroom, kind of trick-or-treating. And, he got a lot of pretzels and a lot of Tootsie Rolls. And he doesn't like Tootsie Rolls because, when you're 6, your teeth are falling out, And Tootsie Rolls I love Tootsie Rolls and Mary Janes and Sugar Daddies, all those kinds of things that'll rip your teeth out of your head. But he's like, I hope I don't get another Tootsie Roll. And sure enough, more Tootsie Rolls. But we had so much fun walking around. And at one point, there was one, like, grown-up. Like, we kind of, we get dressed up, but it's little kids. It's an elementary school. You don't want to freak them out. And I freak people out enough with the one leg. I don't need like a scary costume, And I always say, I go as a one-legged witch, and it's perfect. But there was some guy there. It was a guy, I'm pretty sure. Grown up who had on this really, oh my God, it scared me. It was like a pumpkin, and somehow it had mechanics where the mouth would open, and it kind of showed like a peeled off face with these scary teeth, and it would grimace, and it was horrifying. And he kept like grimacing at the kids, and they were scared. And my granddaughter Cammie was like, oh no, she was having none of this. So why would you do that at a kid's school? I know everybody celebrates Halloween differently, but come on. It was scary, like horrifying. But anyway, you guys know I'm not big on super scary, especially for little kids, but we had a great time, and all the games were like, because I didn't know what kind of games are they going to have, Everything seemed to be like tossing games, like beanbag toss or ring toss, and it was fine, and we had a great time. So it was kind of in and out, and we were done, and then the next day, Again, I didn't do any art this week. I was cooking. I love to cook. So another thing that comes with the change of seasons for me is that I spend more time cooking. And I made an amazing roasted vegetable soup. And all I did was roasted vegetables. I did potatoes and squash, garlic, onions, and carrots. And you could do like parsnips. You could do anything you want. Celery. And I just roasted those at like 400 degrees with a tiny, tiny bit of olive oil and some spices. And then I basically added I took it off the heat, added some soy milk and some more spices and a little bit of water and some vegan bouillon and pureed it up. And oh my God, it was amazing. Amazing, amazing. So I look forward to that. And I've been kind of binge watching a lot of vegan food channels and stuff and recipes. And, you know, there's a lot to eat. You know, it amazes me when people are like, what do you eat? Everything, you know. So that's been fun. And what else? My kombucha is doing amazing. If I would leave it alone. Hello. First of all, I wanted to say I took a picture of it like on day 5. And if you follow me on Facebook, and you can because the links are below, I did take a picture of it. But so my SCOBY baby, mommy, when I put it in the tea mixture, it never came to the top. And that's common. They don't always come to the top. They'll still make kombucha tea, but mine stayed at the bottom. And sure enough, at the top will form a new SCOBY. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. That's what it is. That's what SCOBY means. And so mine you know, it's forming. And it does. It looks nasty. You know, it just looks like, are you sure that's okay? And it just gets thicker and thicker. Well, I took a picture of it on day 5. I went to take a picture of it yesterday, and I took the jar out, and I set it on my living room table, and by the time I went to get the camera to come back to take a picture of it, the new SCOBY also sunk. So it's important, not that it's not going to affect the fermentation or anything else, but you need to leave your kombucha tea alone, is the lesson here. It needs to just remain undisturbed. Instagram doesn't really care what your kombucha looks like on day 8. I wanted to share with you guys, but just know that it looks the same. It looks, you know, like a moldy, spongy kind of placenta. Very appetizing, right? On top of my tea. And it's coming along, and I'm excited. So today is day 8? 9. Day 8. So I'll taste it on day 10. Probably won't be ready till day 12. I want to invest in some resealable glass bottles so I can decant into those. I haven't given much thought into decanting. Probably I'll just decant into mason jars for now until I get something else. And then I'm going to use that big glass jar that I got to hold the SCOBY babies. And I wanted to offer those to you guys because soon I know I'm going to be overrun in babies. I'm willing to give them away, basically, but I can't afford to ship these out to you guys. So if you'd be willing to pay $5, I'll give you a SCOBY. I'll ship it out to you, and I think that's fair. I'll do a standard rate shipping, and I'll ship you your own SCOBY. And is that fair? So right now, let me just say, right now I'm just getting started. So give me, you know, a couple weeks to kind of get going here, but I'll at least have one available in the next few days. So if it's worth it to you for $5, I will happily send you your own SCOBY baby. Okay? So just send me your information, and we could either do PayPal or you could mail me cash in the mail. I don't want checks or anything like that. So that's that. And also, okay, so kombucha juicing, I started in September. Today's November 1st. I have not missed a day, and I feel amazing. And every day I feel better and better, and I cannot say enough good things about this. I'm gonna be a lifelong juicer, so you will continue to see this, and I love it. I tend to make it more You know, you find your own combinations. I like it with a lot of lemon and a lot of ginger. I'm a real sour kind of girl. So kombucha, juicing, and then also another group on Facebook, which for someone who isn't very active in groups, I seem to join a lot of them, but it's called Vegan Easy, and they're doing a 30-day challenge to pledge to go vegan for 30 days just to see if you can do it. And they have support and recipes, and there's prizes and all things like that. So I put a link on my Facebook channel if that sounds like something you'd be interested in doing. I like challenges and stuff because it helps to keep me accountable. Even though I don't, I have to do these self-imposed rules on myself, So, what else? My hip's been feeling all right. I'm moving around here because I'm on the floor. I haven't made a chiropractic appointment yet, but I will. But I've added magnesium to my supplement regimen. Just a little daily dose of magnesium in addition to my multivitamin. And it's a little too soon to tell, but I think it might be helping a little. So, and I'm also anticipating that the kombucha is going to help with that as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. And I think that, how could I not talk about Rocky Horror? Oh my goddess. We had the best time at Rocky Horror. Oh my God, it was so great. It was so freaking great. Tom and I, now listen, I knew that he was a diehard fan, and he knew that I was a diehard fan, but we've never experienced it together. And Patty and Jonathan both, I think, had seen the movie, but they were not, crazed fans like Tom and I were. And certainly Nick's never seen it. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were going to do... I knew it was live on stage, but I didn't know if they were going to show the movie and then have the cast act it out like they do at the West Street Playhouse with Dory Hartley. But no, there was no movie. It was just the cast. And let me tell you, well, first of all, when we walked to the door, they Magenta and Columbia greet you at the door, which we didn't realize that the cast were also our waiters and stuff, even though everyone was dressed up. We didn't realize until the show started, but we have Magenta, and she stole the show. Oh, my God. But anyway, we walk in the door, and they're like, any virgins here tonight? And we had Nick, so we're like, just one. So they whip out a red lipstick, and they put a big V on his forehead, and that's how the night started. So we were like, oh, boy, here we go. And when we walk in, Patty and Jonathan, our table was front and center. It could not have been, I literally was on the floor, So Tom and I were directly center in the front. It was freaking amazing. And, oh my gosh, we got to eat there. I had some vegetarian chili and just hang out. And the show started. And like I said, for me personally, Magenta stole the show. And for anyone who is such a diehard Rocky Horror fan, nobody can fill Frankie's shoes, right? So anyone who was going to try, it's just not Frankie. But they did an amazing job. And also, the guy who played Riff Raff, while he didn't really look like Riffy, he had an amazing voice. So, oh my God. And Dr. Scott was great, and the narrator, and Brad and Janet, everybody. It was just... We had such a great time. The cast, got us involved. Tom and I were singing every song. We knew every line. They had, Tom had actually printed offline. Who knew? But they have like audience participation scripts now. But I was like, no, we can't do that. We got to remember, which we did. We didn't use the script. But I looked through the script afterwards, and it's a modern version because there were all these like modern references. But so much fun. We had a huge table. We had a blast with everyone at the table. We threw, the one scene that they cut, because they obviously they cut a few things from the movie, but that's all right. But one scene that they cut was, I'd like to make a toast. And I spent over an hour toasting. I had toasted 2 whole loaves of bread so we could throw toast, and they cut that scene. So we never got to throw our toast. But we brought all supplies. I brought newspapers, we brought water, we brought rice, we brought toilet paper, we brought spray bottles. And they also sold these Rocky bags. And I had to get one just because it was from the show, you know. And in your Rocky bag, they gave you supplies. Oh, here's the menu. And they did all references to the show, you know. They did such a great job. Love it. And there was desserts too, but I'm not a dessert girl, but Rocky Road. Yeah, so the Forestburg Playhouse in Forestburg, New York. So you get your dinner and you get a show. So that, but back to the Rocky bag. There was a bag of rice, which we don't have anymore, and there was a little flashlight, which we don't have anymore. Tom had actually gotten candles from the dollar store, like fake candles, so that was perfect. But they gave us confetti, and they did give us a piece of toast, which I didn't understand because they never made a toast. But gloves for when Frankie, you know, puts on his glove. And noisemakers, which don't make any noise. And a balloon for the birthday party that didn't happen. And there was also, yeah, like I said, there was a flashlight. But I just wanted this for the nostalgia of it. We had so much fun. So thank you, Patty, for, you know, she was like, did you get your tickets yet? And I'm like, nah. She's like, you better get your tickets. They're selling out. So if she hadn't pushed us to get them, we might have missed it. And now I hope they do this every year because we want to make it an annual tradition for sure. So it was amazing. So yeah, that was it. And I know some of you brothers and sisters out there are diehard Rocky Horror fans too. So without further ado, let me get into the auction haul. And I have one thing here that's Tom's, and it's great because he's like letting, you know, I take it and I'm like, I'll give it to you after I do my video. But everything else is mine, and everything that I'm going to show you came to $8. So $8 for the night, okay? You're not going to believe this. All right, in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to show you is the most amazing and is my favorite. And I can't have enough of these. And I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it on the stand or if I'm going to hang it. But look at this, you guys. Hello. You know how I feel about my witch balls. Okay? It's beautiful. It's glass. It's totally, I don't know if you're capturing the iridescence here. I love it. I'm in love with it. Again, I'm not sure. I might hang it, you know, from the ceiling. But for now, it came on the stand. And I just am in love with it. So, did I tell you that I'm in love with it? I'm in love with it. That, okay, another one. You guys remember like 2 weeks ago when I showed you the cool thing that looked like an inkwell with the face on the top? Well, this is very similar to that, but there's no face. But I love these bottles, you guys. I cannot get enough of them. And this is like a smoky glass. Can you see that? It's kind of... And just simple... Love, love. And some of these, you know, for next Halloween, will be transformed into amazing potion bottles. So, and this is heavy. No markings on the bottom, but love this. So, there's that. And then these are just random, two little, and they even have tea lights in them that have never been lit. But these are cute. And just to have decoratively around the house. They're glass, mosaic, tea light holders. I have 2 of them. Nothing, you know, particularly fancy, but cute, right? Like I have room for any more decorative elements anywhere. I'm going to have a heck of a garage sale in the spring, I'll tell you that. Maybe I'll make some money. Anyway, These, I had my eye on when I first got there. I'm going to use these as ramekins. I don't know if that's their intention. These are Anchor Hocking. They're glass. They're blue. They're cool. They're kind of oval. Oh, look! Check out my nails, you guys. Isn't that cool? Like a combination of dark navy blue and cool glitter. Love them. You know, Halloween gives me a chance to fly my freak flag, right? And then, like, I go back to normalcy. Anyway, 3 of these glass ones, very cool. Love them. You know, you can't go wrong with glass. It's versatile. It's wonderful. Okay, this was obviously, this was kind of like in a $1 box lot. I got one. It was full of silverware. Like brand new, still in plastic wrapping. Spoons, knives, forks. I don't need anymore. I've gotten boxes and boxes of that stuff. I've given it away to my kid. She gives it away to her neighbors. One thing I don't need is silverware. Although I'm like, oh, I should make mobiles out of hanging spoons and things. In the future, if I decide to do that, I know where to get my cutlery. But anyway, so in the box was all that. I gave it away to somebody who was like the next row up. But I did keep, excuse me, a couple wood utensils. These are good for the wok and things like that. And I've had some people concerned about, you know, how I clean things. Trust me, I disinfect things well. Even the stuffed animals, everything gets Lysoled. And, you know, Marianne McMillan gave me a good suggestion to put stuffed animals in the freezer. I bleach things. I clean things very, very thoroughly prior to use. So, anyway, you can't go wrong with some good wooden utensils. And then these I just kept just for ha-has. I don't know, a spoon and a spatula. So these are plastic, obviously. So some kitchen stuff. Also in the, this is so random, you guys. A hinge pin doorstop. Now, you guys know that I love to make mixed media assemblage collages. And I've been watching Mike Deacon lately, and he's been doing some. And my junk drawer, I did a junk drawer collage a couple months ago. My junk drawer in the kitchen now is to the point of overflowing. So it's time for another junk drawer collage, and these kinds of things are perfect for that. Unless, you know, I have any need for a hinge pin doorstop, but I don't currently. So that's cool. Also in the box was a brand new thing of Dynaflex 2300 indoor-outdoor sealant. It's waterproof and paintable. And you guys know I will either see if Tom needs this or I'll use it in crafting. Do you guys have any ideas of what I could do with this? Maybe like, I don't know. Tell me. What do you think? What should I do with it? Also, in a box lot, which really, this is why I wanted everything, was this box specifically for not only usefulness, and trust me, my toolbox is getting full too, because these things are really expensive to buy individually, but also with an eye for, I'm going to use that in a mixed media collage. So this is a box. Well, first of all, there's just one of these wooden, you know, platforms to display, a display platform, right? To put your glass mushroom on. I don't know. See that glass mushroom? I got that from my friend Alice. Hi, Alice. Hi, Allie. Anyway, so one of these, and then it's all, like, not tools. Oh my God, what's the word? Like nails and screws and things like that. What do you call those things? So these are like washers. They're not even like washers. I think they are washers. And then there's something else in there. What is that? And also, you guys, you know, I'm like, ooh, Poland are all fruit jars. These are cool to alter because they're like octagonal. But what is in here? I want to see. Visible System Radiator Specialty Solder Seal. I don't know. Any solderers out there? What are these for, you guys? Besides being framing a mixed media project. Okay, So, and I love this because whoever's house this was, they must have been a Virgo because everything is organized in little, I love it. Everything's separated out and neat. Okay, check this out. Oh, a jar of what? Padlocks with keys? Are you kidding me? Yeah, okay. I love it. This guy was like organized. But again, can you see these on Mixed Media Collage? Or something steampunky with the keys, okay? Keys are here. Heavy duty, guys. In a jar. I love this. Oh, what do you do with the locks? Put them in a jar. Keep it organized. It's a guy after my own heart. We got some, I don't know what these are. Wing nuts. Is that what they are? Is that a wing nut? It's cool. It's metal. It looks like wings. I could make it fly. Yeah, I get ideas. So again, my idea list is much longer than hours in the day. And then thinking about filming things, you know, that even takes longer. I'm not complaining. But I get like, I want to do everything. Okay, these are like shelf hangers or cabinet things. But also, it looks like drawer pulls. Check these out. Sorry for the glare, you guys. But these are glass on top. So that's kind of cool. I could use that somehow. There we go. Right? This kind of stuff is fun for me. And that's one of the reasons, well, many reasons why I love it at Tom's, but I love his workbench because he has everything all neatly organized and stuff too. Okay, this is a Piccadilly relish jar, and this is pretty cool. And this is sheet metal screws. And again, this guy was organized, man. So here's some big screws, like big guys. Right? With the nuts and bolts on the end. And then some chain, heavy metal. Can paint it up. Alrighty. We have some sticky tack, which again I think is adorable that he put it in a jar. So this kind of stuff you use to like hang your posters or stick stuff. We have some, like, I forget what you call these things. I want to call them dollies, and they're not. But they're like the screw sheaths. Whatever. Is this boring, you guys? Little metal fuse, metal screw caps, whatever. A jar of thumbtacks. We got some cup hooks, which I actually needed some cup hooks. I ran out of cup hooks. We have some wood screws. Flathead Phillip wood screws, to be exact. We have a whole plastic tub of screws. A plastic tub of screws, okay? I gotta do something with these, you guys. Shelf holder kitchen cabinets. Looks like little plastic things. And small nails, which are great because who can't use more nails? Right? Hello. So that, I actually get excited about that. Okay, and then you guys, I'm almost done. We're at 39 minutes. I just feel like I have so much to tell you. Okay, the last few things I'm going to show you are kind of practical and kind of decorative at the same time. All right, these I think are for your pots, or they could, no, or your plates. I bet you these are for your plates or your pots. I don't know, but it's like an organizer thing. Remember these? These are old school. So I'm going to clean these up, and I think I'm probably not going to use them for my plates because I don't have room in that cabinet, but I might use them to store my pot lids in. You know, something like that. So I have this one, which is kind of big, and then I have a smaller one. Which again, I don't, you know, what else would you use these for? back in the day when I used to have vinyl, I would organize my albums. I don't know. What would you use them for? Tell me. Okay, and now I have 2 of these, which are similar, and they're heavy. And I'm going to paint these, so don't be alarmed and be like, Callie, what are you doing? I'm definitely going to paint these, but these are heavy metal, and I'm going to use them decoratively on my walls. Here's one, and I think this will become black, but it might become iridescent. This kind of reminds me of those hex signs. It also reminds me of a mandala, but it's heavy metal. So that's one, and then a bigger one, which I will also be painting, which is also metal, is this one. And I want to hang this over my door, but I think that'll look really cool painted, you guys. And I know some of you may like it this color, and that's perfectly fine. But I am going to paint it. I'm not sure what. So those, and then this last thing is what we're going to give to Tom. Although, you know I want this. You know, I'm a loving girlfriend, and I happily will give it to him because he gives me everything. But I knew he wanted this, so I was like, no, you take it, baby. Beautiful. It's metal, and it's all cut out. And look at this, you guys. The astrological symbols. This is all like tin with the stars on the ends, and then all the astrological symbols. Tell me what's your sign, you guys. Tell me what your sign is down below. That's how I'll know you've made it this far. I like that when you guys put the word down there. That's cool. I'm so psyched that you even hang out with me. So isn't this cool? I know you love it. I know you love it. So this will be going to Tommy's house, unless he forgets about it. He doesn't watch my videos, I don't think. Anyway, he deserves that and much, much more. You guys, this girl is going to take the ribbons out of her hair. Maybe take a hot bath and it's that kind of a day. It's been such a week in such a good way. That I'm just going to relax and chill out today and have a nice Sunday. And I want you guys to have the same. I hope you're feeling the love. Check out the links I post below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you do. I make videos very frequently. And I promise you'll be seeing some art from me soon. This week. And I love you guys. And Happy New Year again to all my sisters and brothers in the craft. And may it be prosperous and wonderful and full of abundance and love to all of you. And I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you very soon. Blessed be. Take care.